The Audacity.
You got hella notes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of stuff going on in these streets.
Crazy times out
I'm
here.
very proud of my pop culture title.
Yeah, you should be.
Pop culture.
It's a good thing we had you.
Hello. Bonjour.
Greetings.
Yes, to all our international fans. Konnichiwa. Annyeonghaseyo.
Hola.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
I thought you were about to say aloha. I was like, them niggas here.
Oh man, I wonder if Hawaii is actually originally Spain.
What you mean?
Hola, aloha.
Like this shit broke off and kind of just interesting.
Like a short version of aloha.
Where'd you go to school?
Albany, Georgia. Yep. Holding it there, 229. We out here. Welcome
Yes.
to the Audacity podcast. As you can see here, Warren.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Good to be seen.
Speaking of good to be seen,
Yes.
the people.
Hello, y'all.
This is where we would like to show gratitude and love to you all for, just waking up and deciding like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to listen to them one more time. You peeped in. You could have been anywhere else on the internet. You could have been, for example.
Yeah, you could have been Googling how to get the thought of your ex-nigga out your mind without resorting to violence.
But you're not. You're not there. You're here. And we appreciate you.
Thank you for being here and not locked up. Okay? It ain't worth it.
Yeah. Your Google searches can be used as evidence against you. Just an FYI.
And will be.
And will.
Okay.
But Warren.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Let me tell you my recap, y'all. I got in a car accident like 2 days ago. And y'all, I just got a new car.
You just got the car, bro.
I know.
I don't even know if they know you got the car. Do they know you got the car?
I don't know if I said that, guys. I have a new car. I got
Hey,
here.
oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Now that I'm telling them, they got to see like this fender bender until I get it fixed, and now it just feels like not as celebratory.
They're just gonna think that you bought a car that's dented.
They're gonna be like, okay.
Wow, that's all you.
They'll be like, well, good for you. Like he out here rolling.
Used, eh?
Slightly.
Like new.
Like new.
Like new.
Like the fucking Amazon reviews. Like new bit. It's giving barely. But yeah, no, it was funny. I was getting off 20, headed to Madison Yards to go to Girl Diver. And you yield come off 20 before you turn to get to Memorial. And so people are going, no cars are coming. And the guy in front of me, I see him going. And so I inch up and start doing this, y'all, because I don't want to get hit as I'm turning. And I guess I should have just been looking like this because that nigga stopped and I just tapped him very lightly, like no damage to the front of my car. His bumper was askew, ajar,
Damn.
a little off.
Okay.
And so I pulled up next to him and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, man.
You pulled up next to him?
Yeah, because he stopped, so I pulled up, out. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, do you just want my insurance information or are you trying to call the police? And he was like, I'm on the phone with 911. I was like,
damn.
Okay, brother. So we pull over. Now, what he don't know is, on my way there, y'all, there were so many police out, like, on the east side. Like, kind of, I don't know what was going on over there. I haven't checked the news. But
crime.
There was something happening. It was giving sting. It was giving, we locking niggas up.
What was this?
What's the day?
Wednesday.
This happened to me on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Do you know what happened on Sunday?
No. Where I was, the Walmart was hella packed.
Yeah, right. There was a lot of police out. Anyway, so I was like, he didn't know that I knew the police were not coming. We was going to be there for hours, and we were. We were there for 4 hours waiting for the police.
4 hours?
4 hours.
Nigga, bumper to bumper?
It was daylight, and it turned to night. One of my friends bought me food from Girl Diver because my homeboy was in the car because we couldn't make it. My homegirl just brought us food from there, so we all ate there. So I walked up to the guy, and I was like, you hungry? We've been out here for a minute. You want some of these veggie dumplings? And he was like, for real, man? And I was like, yeah.
You talking about the guy?
The guy I tapped.
Yeah.
And he was like, dang, appreciate it. And he ate one. He was like, oh, my jaw. I was like, nigga, did you hit your face? Because then niggas, I'm like, hold on now.
Oh, my neck.
I was like, nigga.
My back.
Nigga, give me back my dumplings.
My neck and my back.
Right. I was like, you hit your face? I was like, I didn't hit you that hard. He started laughing. He's like, no, I'm a boxer. He was like, so my jaw is hurt because I'm coming from training. I was actually headed to Spa Land. I was like, well, Spa Land, they not 24 hours no more. He was like, what? I said, no.
Oh,
I said, my friends just went and they were so sad when they had to come home. And he was like, damn, that's crazy. And so, yeah, we ended up exchanging numbers and each other's IG.
Okay.
He was like, man, you hella cool. Like, da, 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 da. He was like, what's your ID? I was like, Uncle Toro.
Okay.
And then he was like, Toro with an I or an E. I said,
okay.
I said, with an E.
Hey, he asked you though.
Let me tell you this.
He had a chat. You're like, hey.
And then the police came out, and y'all, I was like, oh, this might be the start of a rom-com. It can't be. He's irresponsible. The police come out. This white woman finally shows up. She's like, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like, whatever. Here's my information. This nigga don't have his license.
The dude that called the police? Okay, first of all, people, listen to me.
People.
Do not call the police if you ain't got your shit together. Don't have a conversation with them. Don't ask them for directions.
Nope.
Don't even see what time it is. Just look at the sun if you need to know what time it is.
He ain't have his license. He all digging the car. She looking at me. I'm looking at her. She said, all right, I'll go back to the car. And she goes back to the car. She goes back. She's like, I'm not going to give you a citation. I said, thank you, because get this nigga.
Oh, you didn't even get a citation?
No.
Oh, that's lit.
This nigga ain't no license. He ain't supposed to be out.
That's true.
You're not supposed to be on the road. And so I was like this. And when we were waiting, I had called the dispatch people. I was like, yo, we exchanged information. Like, do we have to stay here? They were like, y'all, yeah, if y'all already exchanged information, y'all can leave because we ain't dispatch nobody.
Right.
Because we got shit going down. And so I told him that. And he was like, no, man, you can leave. And I was like, he said, I can leave. And they were like, no, you cannot. That's a hit and run. I said, I'm going to stay right here.
Yeah, you don't want to.
So, yeah.
Give him a reason.
Let me tell y'all, when a nigga show you who they are early, believe them. Irresponsible. Irresponsible.
You said follow them on IG? Okay.
Because I am irresponsible. What you been up to?
Let me see. What's today? Wednesday.
Yes.
Went on a date.
All y'all that's dating know that look.
Went to a poetry like workshop kind of a thing.
Ooh.
It was a trick. So at the Gallup spot, they had this event where it was like, hey, come, see some poetry stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. I get there late because, chronic. And
it's a condition.
Yeah. Taking meds, guys. And I showed up and like, oh, hey, thanks for coming. Like, oh, hey, good to be here. And they were like, hey, you're going to be a part of an event on the 27th. And they're like,
what?
No.
It's a training course.
Yes, exactly. And like, yeah, this is the first workshop to be prepared for the poetry thing on April 27th. So I'm gonna be delivering some poetry on April 27th.
Wow!
At the gathering spot, allegedly.
That's really cool.
It's something.
Let me know the deets.
I just did.
I'll be there.
Already.
You can let me know the time.
So other than that, been doing some writing with a film festival crew that I'm in, and what else? I'm in pre-production for this short film I already wrote. Remember that table read I was telling you about?
Sure.
Yeah, so this one is, we're shooting that film later this month, so.
Period.
Yeah, just been getting it done.
Hey.
Come on now.
Beyond proud.
That's all I'm saying.
Beyond. Period. Chase your dreams. So look, if you got a dream out there, hey, chase it.
Ain't no time but the present.
Okay.
And it's a gift.
Okay. Don't be chasing these irresponsible niggas.
You see my wordplay right there? That's from the poetry joint. I'm learning
that was
already.
A sample?
Uh-huh.
I can't wait.
My presence is a present. So don't think my gifts for, I'm sorry.
Bars. It's funny that you say that. Recently I was at a poetry event. A friend of the podcast, Kay, she, shout out to Kay, she listens to podcasts all the time. She was performing at a podcast competition. And so we went to support, our girl, whatever. There was a young man hosting it young. It was his birthday. I think he just turned 28.
Okay. And
he was like drinking Alizé out of a bottle. And I was like, should he be hosting? I said, whatever. What do I know?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there and this man's like, before I bring the poets up, it's already late because it's a CP event. And he was like, I just want to get some off my chest. He then starts doing poetry. And then he goes,
SMH.
then he just stops in the middle of his poem and goes, hey, where the 2,000 babies at?
What?
Where the 90s babies at? And he was like, hey, any crack babies in here? And I was like, I know he's not talking about us. I know he's talking about the 80s, but us. What? And this one lady stood up, she said, crack babies fight. And he's like, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Right.
And then she said that down. I was like, you better represent for the 30th. I said, how dare you?
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I hope yours is the Gather Spot is getting a little bit more.
We'll see, man.
Culture.
Hey, man, crack babies exist everywhere, so we're gonna see what fights. But they're not here for any of that.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Are you ready to start the podcast?
Let's do it. Okay.
Excellent.
So we're gonna start this episode a little different.
Oh.
I have a mystery question for you.
Guess I'll throw this away then.
No, you're gonna need that for later.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Hijacked. So I've been watching the show, Escaping SWV. They have a show on Peacock, and it basically is a reality TV show about the two groups coming together to put on a concert.
The two groups?
Yes, SWV and Escape. So they're supposed to be coming together to do a one-night show. That's the premise of the television show. Of course, antics ensue because there's always drama with girl groups. But there was like some serious drama happening inside of the Escape group. Two of the sisters are in the group, Latasha Scott and Tamika Scott. And some of their family business was being exposed on the show. And allegedly, even though I saw those receipts you posted, Tamika, allegedly, Latasha and her husband stole $30,000 from her sister, Tamika. Like,
stole.
We're having the checks that she didn't know she was supposed to get, like royalty checks or something, sent email to her house and like signing them, like and depositing them into like their account, allegedly. And so my next question is, you have siblings.
Yes.
I have siblings, you know, for people out there with siblings. If one of your siblings, and let's say someone you're close to, because they were close, whatever.
Right.
Someone you're close to stole, I'll just say money from you, significant money, because $30,000.
Significant.
What?
Today?
What?
I had $30,000 and you stole it?
First of all, I would know I was missing $30,000 personally. I would have known that I was supposed to be getting it anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, she didn't know, and it came out. She did not press charges, of course. It came out like when they were having an argument in front of their mom. It was wild. But yeah, I'm like, she didn't send her to jail though. Like you just ate that. You just ate it. So if you were in that situation, is that something you could just eat? Like, even if you brought it up later, but like not press charges? Like, what are you sending them to jail? You're not sending them to jail?
Do we know what they used the $30,000 for?
No.
Okay. If it was like a heart transplant or something to keep, you know, somebody like alive, like, you know, life and death. If it was like they traveled around the world for 2 years, because that's how much it costs. Because you spend like, you know, 6 months in Thailand, that's $5,000. You know,
living like kings.
Exactly. Like, what you need the other 25 for? Other than like if I'm like a millionaire and like you said, 30,000 is impactful no matter what. But you know, if it doesn't threaten my livelihood because you know I'm in a blessed situation or whatever, okay, we gonna have to talk. We gonna have to have a long conversation. We might not even have no more conversations after that.
For sure.
But when it comes to like today, Jamie, if you took $5,000, I'm like, you don't know what I was gonna do with that $5,000.
You're going to jail.
You probably. I gotta call somebody.
So who?
That's what I'm saying.
And they're pressing charges, not me.
Yeah,
they told me this is how I can get my money back.
That's what I'm saying. Is there a way to get the money back? Like, what they use it for? Like, do they just put it in their account and now they got $30,000?
Right. Can they pay you back? Can you do a payment plan? That's
payment plan. No, we're not doing a payment plan. No, you want no payment plan when you got it. I need it back today.
Thief. So yeah, that happened on the show. That came out. People been talking about it on Twitter because Tasha denied it at first, and then Tamika came out and was like, "Here are the receipts where you signed your name, and then here's the deposit slips." I said, "Oh my god." Yeah.
One of my roommates in the past took one of my checks from the envelope of checks that I had and wrote a check out in to his name. It was like $50, but the FDIC don't care at the amount. That's fraud, bro.
Fraud.
Thief.
A thief.
So I was like checking my account. I'm like, hold on, there ain't no $50 check. What is it? Wait, Jamie, what to who? I didn't write the fuck. Yeah.
That's wild.
That's wild. Because who does that?
First of all, you went to my checkbook.
It wasn't even a book, bro. Like a book is like, you know,
right.
This was, I got like, I was doing like the day-to-day thing. So I went like, I would go get like the 3 slips of checks.
Right.
From the bank.
Right.
And I got 3 checks.
And so he just took.
So I used one. So then it was 2 left.
Right.
And now 1 was gone. I went back to it and I was paying rent. I'm like, hold on. I done had 3, 1, 2. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that one.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna know if 2 missing.
For sure.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Y'all ain't gotta steal.
It's really. I would have.
You just actually don't have to.
I would have gave you $50.
No, like people will help you. People will, because let me tell you something. People think it's hard to ask for help. It's harder to go to jail.
It's harder to go to jail.
It's harder to go to fucking jail. I promise you. Than to be like, hey, can I borrow some money? Hey, now I don't know if I can give you 30,000. I don't know if I can give you 30,000.
I can't commit to 33.
I don't know if I can give you
Not that.
But so I was curious. That was wild. That also happened to me. I had a sibling steal some stuff from me, and I was like, "You going to jail?" And my mom was like, "Please, who gonna watch them kids?" And I was like,
"Did you call the authorities?"
Yeah.
You called it.
The fuck? I said, "How do I go about this?" I said, "I feel like I know who took it." And the investigator was like, "Well, if you know," and blah blah blah. I said, "Okay, what if it's someone and I don't necessarily want them to go to jail?" They were like, "Oh no, they're probably going to go to jail. We're probably going to have to press charges. That's the only way to like get this off your credit." Well, if it's the only way,
that's what I gotta do.
It's the only way. Credit. Well, I live in America. Credit everything.
Yeah.
Hey.
If this was 1960, you would have got away with it, but they tracking me. I gotta track you.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dada.
you know, but I didn't do it. But to make it 30,000, and no, it wasn't mine.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. Speaking of fraud, thieves,
rags,
criminals, your former president.
Who's?
The proverbial.
Because you say yours like I voted for him. I did not.
No, I mean, just,
I don't want to be misconstrued.
I'm a German citizen. So
now you're not involved. Now he's not involved.
I ain't got nothing to do with
throwing
this.
stones behind your head. Nigga, me either.
Hey, I left when it was Obama.
I voted for Shirley Chisholm.
When he...
I'm black. But yes, the Trump.
Yeah, that guy. He was arraigned.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
In New York.
Yeah, allegedly.
Factually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we ain't no mugshots. I ain't see no handcuffs.
Oh, that's true.
I ain't see no handcuffs.
Okay. But I thought arraigned just mean that's when the court just read why you...
Yeah, but you go to jail.
Oh, that is true. I think he's in jail.
I think.
Right, or did they release him to... we actually don't know.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know. I be hearing a lot of this.
Right.
And not enough of this.
And not where the picture.
Where the clank.
Because they had all the footage of him walking in. Actually, maybe he didn't walk out, though.
Did you see when he, like they had walked him up and, he was walking out to the court, but, the deputy, they didn't hold the door for him. And the door, like, slammed on him. He had to open the door by himself.
Get your fucking door.
That was the first time he had opened the door for himself in years.
Shit.
He's like, oh, shit. It's like that? Like, yeah, nigga, you're a criminal.
And you was talking mad shit about all of us. The whole department. When he was talking, when I get in the courtroom, I'm going to say, fuck the judge and fuck the DA. There was footage of him in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Quiet. I said pouty.
Yeah.
Sad.
That courtroom when they snatch your mic,
what?
I'm like, oh, he ain't got nothing to say. Lawyer to judge, y'all go ahead and speak.
The judge was like, I'm the president here. I'm the captain now.
I'm the president.
Your fate is in my hands, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't have much faith that it's going to go further than where it is. I don't think he's going to go to prison per se. I just don't see a case. I don't see the court system, and I don't see the court system being strong enough because the case is about Stormy Daniels and him paying her hush money to be quiet for whatever it is that they used to do back in the day. And people have gotten off for more stuff.
Facts.
With less
that didn't used to be the president.
Exactly. Right.
No,
right.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. No. The fact that it's even happening, I'm like satisfaction because you think you're above the law. I guess the law was like, bring your ass here, boy.
Yeah.
But the indictment papers are slowly starting to be released, and I read something today that had me gagged, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
So there are 34 counts in there. A lot of it is about hush money and
a lot of counts, bro.
One of them is hush money he was paying to someone that was on staff at one of the Trump tires to hide an alleged child that he didn't want anyone to know about.
Oh, wow.
So there may be a Trump baby on the loose or adult that we, because we don't know when it happened, that we don't know nothing about. And since this news is broke, Twitter was like, I am gagged, and people are reading the indictment. So people have been guessing on who it could be. And Black Twitter, they were like, it's obviously Van Jones. And that took me down. That took me down.
Black Twitter is too creative.
Too creative. Listen, look at Van Jones.
Just look at him.
No black man behaves this way. What's going on? What is it? That's his Papa.
Crying
Do
on
you hear
TV.
me? I love you, Papa. Yeah, it's wild. So it will be interesting to see what happens.
Do you think they gonna riot?
Okay, it's funny because New York got that black mayor.
Yeah.
And some of the people did come and he told them, he said, bring y'all ass down here and think what's gonna happen to that Capitol gonna happen here in New York. He said, no, baby.
Well, not even like the Capitol situation, but I'm thinking like,
just riots across
the country. Yeah.
Well, they're going to be tearing their own shit up because most of them live in the Midwest.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, all you niggas that live in the Midwest, just come on stay with a cousin. I know you know somebody. If you don't tap a friend, can I come stay with you and your neighbor? We a community.
Pull up.
Just come on now.
Right, pull up.
Now, if you voted for the niggas, stay where you are. Because those are your people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene out there comparing that nigga to Nelson Mandela and Jesus.
Seen that. I heard he compared himself to Tupac. Thug life.
You know what happened to Tupac.
Watch out.
Be careful. Be careful, Trump.
Be careful what you wish for.
Right, I don't care. I compare myself to the dead. They don't. They're not here, baby. Well, what's the comparison? I'm alive. There's no comparison.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect. This is uncharted territory. I don't know how strong the courts is. I don't know how crazy these poor whites are.
Oh my God, they are wild.
They wild. But yeah, we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting.
It will be interesting.
It's gonna be a wild summer.
I ain't been this interested in the news, and I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Nigga, I will be tuning in.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
America, the reality TV. It's crazy.
Speaking of reality TV.
Yes.
And the presidential whites.
Yes.
Are you paying attention to? It's a little bit audacious sports also. Let's go and dive into it. March was Women's Month. Women's Month. Yeah.
Women's History Month.
Speaking of the Bayou Barbie.
Yes. They call it the Bayou Barbie, baby.
LSU has defeated Iowa in the women's college national championship. Yeah, did that. And there's a stark difference between the two schools.
Stark.
LSU in Louisiana, Iowa.
Hey, baby.
Iowa. Whatever they got going on up there.
White.
Yeah.
Potatoes.
But Iowa has, one like a generational player who's kind of been, going through the tournament, doing her thing, and being very verbal and just
a sportsman.
Just a sportsman.
Go the fuck off.
Doing the thing.
Talk your shit.
And Reese, what's her name?
Angel.
Thank you. Angel Reese has kind of, when they won, rightfully so, she talked her shit as a transfer from a different school with her own journey at LSU, and now finally a champion. She doing her thing, but a lot of backlash with how she was cocky towards the losing team and sportsmanship, blah blah blah, and so there's just that the narrative of two different ideas of what's acceptable from a student athlete.
From a white and a black one. Let's talk
I didn't
about
want
it.
to say that.
We can talk about it. Jamie is PC. I'm the un-PC.
I'm biracial. I got two things.
Let me tell you something. Nigga, y'all don't like to see black women win. Y'all don't want them to. You got to tell them how to lose. You got to tell them how to win. Like with Angela Bassett. Oh, she's not losing gracefully enough. She should keep acting. Fuck you.
Yeah,
that white girl was doing that same shit.
Yeah.
Which is actually shit that niggas do. A white man made it popular, but a nigga started the shit. And then Angel just did it back because that's what you do. You start talking shit in sports, I'm going to start talking shit too. It's like spades. Don't start, no more be none.
Yeah, if I won, now it's my turn.
It is. And guess what? If you're a real athlete and you really love the game and it just is what it is. Caitlin, I saw a post interview she did. She was like, I'm not even upset. I don't know. Thanks, but I don't need y'all to do that. Say about you, Barbie, talk your shit. I heard she clapped, kind of clapped at Jill Biden.
Not just Jill Biden. The president of the United States, one of the most powerful men, if not the most powerful, his wife, because She wanted to invite the first runner-up to the White House as well, which is some white privilege shit as well.
Yeah.
Because the losing team ain't never in history of sports got invited to anywhere.
Right.
Because
Pee-wee baseball, like nigga, where we all get refreshments after the game. No.
Participation trophy. No, you starving if you lost the game.
Bitch. Go back to Iowa.
You get no pizza. But so you know, Angel Reese and LSU and everybody around the country kind of voiced their disdain with, you know, the idea of, you know, that, you know, even inviting the second team there, or even like the thought of it. So Joe Biden like apologized for even doing that, and they, you know, decided against it. But Angel Reese kind of followed up and was like, I don't accept her apology. And I was like, wow, that's some iconic shit.
She's not saying what I said.
Like, cause I'm like, what do you do? Cause like, she's right.
Right. And then went further, was like, first of all, I don't accept your apology. Your husband literally didn't even think we were going to win. We weren't even in his top anything. We don't care. Like, you didn't come to our locker room. We don't want you there. You can keep your sad ass white apology. We don't care because to be honest, if these were men, y'all would never have done that shit. And I'm like, and it was during Women's History Month. She was like, I feel like it's disrespectful. And I'm like, girl, talk your shit.
And she said, as a woman, you supposed to be like, you know, uplifting the sport. I'm like, yeah, she's right. Like,
she's not wrong.
It don't matter which women won or lost. Like, the winner, you should like celebrate them just as you would any other.
Let me have my moment. I worked hard for this. I'm not gonna share this with nobody else that didn't contribute. The fuck?
It's wild. I mean, it's not wild. It makes sense actually. So
shout out to you, Angel. Buy you Barbie. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Dr. Biden, get your shit together.
I actually have another mystery question.
No, we already did that. We did the mystery question at the beginning.
And now we're gonna sandwich it with another one.
All right.
No. You said, it's gone. So recently on Twitter, Kevin on Stage, hilarious comedian, he tweeted that his son divulged to him and his wife last night that he kisses his girlfriend with tongue. And he was like, he asked his supporters, like, are y'all even praying? Like, what's going on? And so it got me to thinking, because I was like, that's so hilarious. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever been so comfortable talking to either one of my parents about, one, a significant other I had, kissing them, whatever. And so it made me start thinking, like, you know, did you ever have a sex talk with either of your parents? And if you did, how did it go?
About what?
Like a sex talk, or like a relationship talk, or like a, the fact that he even was like, I kissed my girlfriend with tongue. Like, did you and your parents even have like those kind of conversations growing up?
For what? It's two different worlds. All the rules are different. Like, they don't know what's going on.
You don't know shit.
I don't need to know what that was going on prior. I think it was like, there was like one conversation, I was like 13 or something in the car, and it was like, hey, you know about such and such? Like, yeah, I know something. I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh, shit.
Sheesh.
They said,
let's get up out of here.
Shout out to the schools.
Hey, go to health class, guys.
Again.
Cause it's a different world out there, man. It's a different world. I don't know. I think to that point though, I think okay, all right, a little transparency here. When my parents had their own business when I was growing up, they had like different shops, different areas in the thing. It was like a restaurant, beepers spot. There was the music section.
Right.
That's where I get my music acumen from. But in the back, there was like a sex shop.
Right.
That had like, there was an adult store in the back where they,
that beat at Curtin.
Yeah. It was actually like a gate, like a caged gate.
Okay. The North was a little bit more, no nigga, don't come in here.
This is not your area.
Okay.
So not that I was like back there a lot, but I knew where it was because people were like, hey, we looking for the sex spot. Like, oh yeah, it's in the back. Just go ahead.
We ain't here for no music.
Hit that left to the back.
Okay.
So I was like aware a little bit, but obviously,
Right.
It's still a child in the child's place. So I don't think they thought the conversation was like, necessary per se, because they were like, okay, what's a moot point? Like, he know what he needs to know, and what he don't, he'll figure it out.
Did they teach y'all about stuff like that in Catholic school?
What? Abstinence?
Yeah. I mean, do they talk about sex at all? Like, I know it's probably, okay, gotcha. So they're just like, don't have sex, and then that's it.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, abstinence.
Got it.
And although when 2 kids got caught having sex in the cafeteria area.
Scandalous.
I'm telling you,
Ooh.
it was the coach's son.
Of course. Good for him.
He was a hero. He was like,
oh shit. That nigga, that's the man,
He's
nigga.
a man.
He gonna get expelled, but that's my guy.
Big facts. He definitely got expelled. Definitely got
He's
expelled.
out of here, but hey, a legend.
Forever. But yeah,
man.
what about you? Did y'all have a
Oh my god! First of
talk?
all, no, growing up gay, even my parents would say stuff like, I remember, you go to proms with girls, like most of these girls. My junior prom, I went to prom with a lesbian. Me and my homegirl, we had a great time. And my senior prom, I went with one of my best friends, and we were both gay. And my dad used to be like, "Oh, you hanging out with Ashley again? Oh, you always going to Ashley house?" And I'm like, "Yeah, to hang the fuck out, like." That's not my fucking girlfriend. And I would say that, I'd be like,
she understands my struggle.
I would be like, we're just friends. And he'd be like, yeah, okay. So that was my dad, really, like, much more. And then I remember when they dropped me off to Georgia Southern, my dad gave me a 500 condom pack.
That's too many.
First of all, it was huge.
That boy had some hope, didn't he?
He had some dreams, some aspirations. And I was like this. Also, I was like, what do you think of me? You know what I'm saying? In that moment, I'm like, am I a whore? Because I was still a virgin.
Yeah.
Very much at that point. And he didn't explain. My dad has never taught me about, like, sex. Didn't, like, you don't even know if I know how to use these. Nothing. He was just like, threw it at me in my door. I caught it.
What is this? Is this candy? Oh, this is not candy.
And then he drove off. And my mom just waved. And so, yeah, no, those were our talks.
Okay.
And now, as I get older, now go slick, my mom do be letting stuff slide. I remember one time me and my sister were in the living room just talking about sex, because, siblings. And my mom came in there, she was like, y'all talking about sex? And we were like, yeah. And she was like, ugh, I would never talk to my siblings about stuff like that. And we were like...
Not her siblings?
She said, well, yeah, my mom was like, I would never talk to my siblings about that. And me and my sister were like, why? And my mom was like, because they would die if they knew I was a freak. And I said...
I'm about to.
You done killed me. What about your kids? She said, fuck these kids. I care what my sisters think. God damn. So yeah, she be letting stuff slide and every once in a while. Oh my God. Did I tell you what she did? We took her to Lips for her 61st birthday.
I remember that.
Oh my God. She had such a good time. I think I said this on the podcast for her newer viewers. Like, she got drunk, went on stage, and the drag queen was like, do you know how to blow? And she was like, just because it's snow on the mountaintop don't mean it ain't a fire in the furnace. And then got off stage, and yeah.
I can't enjoy fireplaces the same.
No, I didn't go back to Lips for quite some time. I was embarrassed. I couldn't even go hang out in my own community.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Yeah, it's my fault. Correct. So yeah, okay, cool. What's next on the docket? Ooh, now that we done with the sandwich, a little sad news. Heartthrob turned heartbreaker, Jonathan Majors. Did you see? Have you heard anything about the guy? He's been trending.
You said sad news?
Yeah, I said heartthrob turned heartbreaker.
I mean, you talking about the Creed 3? I mean,
Yeah, Creed 3.
He didn't get the best box office results, but I mean, it's all right.
No, not the box office. Like his personal life. Have you heard anything about he's going through personally?
Oh, I mean, you talking about his friendship with Michael B. Jordan? I mean, they just be hanging out. You know what I mean?
That is true. That's true. No, I'm talking about anything, domestic, closer to home that could have happened to him. Did you see anything trending? Anything? Did you ever heard anything?
You talking about when he allegedly slapped that girl?
Slap, choked,
Strangled?
Yeah, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
Who the fuck has he been? Who the fuck has he been this whole time? Allegedly, obviously.
Allegedly. We don't know anything. We just know what we've seen and what we heard, and let me tell you.
I know them charges.
Nigga. Did you see the text messages?
Yes.
The one that said, and this is his
Never
lawyer.
Never text, guys.
What?
Never text.
And also, don't have a lawyer that release your text. No one asked.
You do it.
You're giving us information we didn't ask for.
I ain't got no law degree. I heard that. I was looking at this. You thought this was going to help?
One of the texts when you said, it's my fault, I shouldn't have grabbed for your phone. That means he beat my ass. I was like, this is giving victim speech.
You're a victim.
It's not looking great. I told the police I recanted. The police was like, fuck that, baby, we saw you.
Hey, you called us. Well, I did hear, I think he did call the police.
Yes.
Which is
after
also...
she was unconscious for some time. Allegedly.
I'm not saying that was a bad move, but if I could revert you back to earlier when I said, if you ain't got your shit together, don't be calling the police. Like, I understand she probably needed some medical attention.
Immediately.
Yes, do that. But also don't do what it took for her to need medical attention.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
What the hell?
It's wild.
So also, so I hear Marvel's looking for some new black men who can fit
Period.
a size 40 regular.
Hello.
That's me. I can fit the suit, guys.
Right.
If you need a new Kane, holla at me.
Right. We don't pray for nobody's downfall, but we don't pass up an opportunity, do we?
Hey, I didn't drop it. I just picked it up.
When the reels, let us know where the submission needs to go.
Whoever fumbled it, I scooped and scored. Okay, I'm gonna give you my slate. I'm available.
Okay.
All 2025.
Because we need the blessings. Okay. But yeah, man, that was just really disheartening, and I was like, what's going on with black men in the media? Also,
first of all, I would like to push back on that before we do move.
Okay.
We get these narratives about, things happening. Black men, there are some black men that get, themselves caught in these situations. But there's also a bunch of black men that don't, and they don't do the things.
Very true.
But you were gonna say something else?
Yeah. And to black men in the media, I mean niggas literally that do television. And movies. That's what I mean. Not like the media.
Yeah.
Because also a black man that, once again, you don't have your shit together. Shirley Ralph was on a podcast. She was talking to Angela Yee. And
that's a hell of a conversation.
Right. And so she was just talking about what it's been like a woman in the business, and she shared a story how when she was repping a show, it was probably Moesha. She said she was at like a thing being thrown by the network. And, she said, I was in a suit. I'm there doing my job, repping it. She said, and a well-known judge, not Judge Mathis, she said, to be clear, he's a wonderful man. Mm-hmm. She said, came up, grabbed her by the back of her neck, and then stuck his tongue in her mouth. And multiple people at the network saw it. And they just kind of, moseyed on. They were like, Cheryl, we're so sorry. Please don't say anything. His show's coming out. Your show's coming out. This is going to look terrible for the network. Da-da-da. And she was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Jeez.
Jeez. And so she never said who the judge was. Okay, so that story airs. Then Judge Joe Brown comes out of nowhere like, Shirley, if you don't keep my name out your motherfucking mouth, I'll sue you for defamation. And I was like, she said not Judge Mathis. She never said.
She said who he was.
Nigga, it's hella judges on TV. I thought. But yeah, he been doing press interviews and podcast. I'll sue her and I'll do it. And I'm like.
I was wondering why Judge Joe Brown was tweeting.
Yeah.
I thought he died. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's damn. Okay, well, black men in media, like you mentioned, get y'all shit together. Get y'all shit together.
What the fuck is going on?
Don't let the power go to your heads.
What?
You're not powerful, any more powerful than you was before. You same person, respect people, respect women.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands and your tongues to yourself, Judge Brown. What are you doing?
Gross.
Jesus
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, but you kind of, she didn't say your name, then you came out of nowhere. Hey!
What do you call it? Hit dog holler?
Okay.
Speaking of that.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me of, I'm going to do that and then come back. But speaking of that, it reminds me of this show. The Ted Lasso show.
Oh my God.
Because it's time for real motherfucking news.
Real news. Y'all know I love this segment.
Mm-hmm. Ted Lasso season 3 is out.
Oh my God.
It's been about, the 4th episode came out today.
Y'all know we are big fans of the Ted Lasso show here. If you have not seen Ted Lasso, treat yourself.
Do yourself a favor.
Treat yourself.
Whatever you heard about it is going to be what you needed to be at that time. So
that's good. That's a great way to describe it.
When you agree, it's got so many different parts of it. You're gonna be able to grab I'm gonna grab this from it, and
so you get some poetry snaps for that one. Yeah,
I'm getting ready though.
Okay,
April 27th. Look out for it.
No, but seriously, it's a great show.
Yeah. What do you think about the new season so far?
Love it, and it's funny. I did not want to watch the show. Jamie was like, "Oh, I'm watching the show." Ted Lasso. I was like, "Man, I finna watch that white ass show. Ain't no niggas in that show."
There's some niggas on the show.
They have found their way into my heart. I didn't really know what the show was. There are definitely all kinds of people in the show. Ted Lasso is like Jesus.
Yeah, that's facts though. That's facts. And episode 3 though, when he called, boy,
We ain't gonna do no spoilers. It's still new.
Hey.
But season 1, season 2, y'all should have been there. Nigga, I would have lost my shit.
Bruh.
Lost my shit. No, fuck it. We don't talk about this one. Because the episode 4 is out. This episode 3. Let's talk about whatever.
I can skip for a minute if you need to.
So, this nigga Ted Lasso found out that his wife is seeing their marriage counselor, their therapist, the nigga that was supposed to be helping them.
Yep. And he found out by calling the house to wish his son a happy playoff game right before his game is about to start. Huge game.
Huge.
I'm gonna call my son real quick. Hey, honey. Oh, hey. Who's it? Brian. Wait, Dr. Brian? The fuck are you doing in my house? Answering the phone.
Playing games on my phone too. He was like, this is Mary Poppins.
Oh, he was Trump.
Oh, that's right.
This motherfucker.
That's how you should have known.
That's how you already knew.
Shit. Who does that?
Trash.
Who that shit?
First of all, it's unethical.
You losing your license.
I know this because I played a counselor.
He was credentialed for that play. He did a crash course.
I have experience. I was a counselor in a play.
Yes.
In which lost my license.
Yes.
Because I was involved with my patient.
Yes.
I.e., this piece of crap counselor, marriage counselor in the show.
And also, Michelle, I'm looking at you sideways.
She been trashed.
I'm looking at you like, I know Ted ain't perfect, but
he can't be that bad now.
Now I have questions, and I know Ted is spiraling. Spiraling.
He about had an anxiety attack right after that.
Spiraling.
Luckily they won. But,
the cheers brought him back. But yeah, man, very interesting. The scenarios and like the way it plays out, the way the characters have grown. I'm really enjoying season 3. For those of you who are fans of the show, y'all know Nate.
Oh yeah,
is a piece of shit,
and
Ted still handles it with such grace. I be learning so because y'all know me. I have a vengeful spirit that I be working on, and I've come a long way actually. Some shit happened to me this last weekend. Y'all don't even know. And I
didn't. You gonna talk about it or no?
No, some shit happened to me, and y'all. I didn't blow nothing up. I didn't call none of my military contacts.
And they were warranted.
Yeah, no.
He had the options.
Quite. And I was just like, you know what? I'm better than this. And just because someone hurts you, you don't have to hurt them back. Because if you really love someone, that's not something you want to do, regardless of something that happens to you. And so I was like, good job. Let me need your reactions. Because y'all in my 20s.
Also, the Roy Kent and Keeley situation.
Wow.
The way that's going on, it's just bubbling and bubbling. I already know the next couple episodes going to be a doozy. So,
can we talk about Colin?
Oh, I couldn't wait to talk to you about Colin.
Can we talk about motherfucking Colin? From the back, he's slowly working himself to the front.
Yes, sir.
I said, Colin, are you gonna peach?
He opened. When they opened up the episode with Colin, I was like, okay. Hey,
y'all, Colin is a gay.
Yeah.
And not just a gay, he's in a relationship with his best friend.
On the low.
On the low. He's a DL. They're professional athletes.
Yep.
And his lover plays his best friend. He came to like a function.
Yep.
And like he was like pretending to be his wingman. They're all broing it up. And then Trent Trim, as we know, is profiling the team this year because he wants to write a book about, the team. And he caught them kissing outside. So no one knows what Trent Quinn. And this nigga is what?
A journalist, bro.
He's a reporter. This nigga is a teller. I'm gonna tell. He's a teller. And I'm very nervous. I'm like, don't out Colin. Come on, Trent.
But we know all Trent does is do his job because he the one that outed Ted about the anxiety situation.
Technically, that was Nathan, but you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. And that's something that someone reported. But that was like in the fairness you want to talk about the game. You want to talk about coach. Players' personal lives, I feel like if you out somebody, because this happens in the media, like celebrities get out, lots of things happen.
Yeah.
That is a truth that is so personal. No one should tell that for you. I've been outed to people. It is a very traumatic thing to happen when you are not ready to tell people. I just hope that, because when I tell you, I was like this, oh Lord, all the people. I wish it had been Ted. Ted would have been like, and then Ted would have fixed it.
Yeah.
Come here.
Like, he would have said something real shit.
You can come out.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nigga.
This season, they
I hope it's not the last one. They've been saying it is going to be the last one, but Roy Kent did an interview. I don't even know the nigga real name. The actor who plays Roy Kent did an interview, and they were like, I'm dying. I'm back. Jimmy Fallon was like, is this really the last show? Is this blah, blah, blah? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, all I'm saying is I would play this character for the rest of my life if I'm allowed to. And then he kind of smiled. I was like, season 4?
Yeah. Spinoff is what I'm hearing.
Something. I'm not ready to be done.
Jeez. So that's real news. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that is Ted Lasso. Check it out if you get a chance. I've been watching the show called Boardwalk Empire.
Okay, yeah. HBO.
Yeah, HBO. It's a new show. Came out in like 08, 06. It's not a new show, guys. I'm 78 years old.
I said, this nigga's in the future. Came out in 2026, 2020.
But yeah, Boardwalk Empire is basically about them, when they were bootlegging alcohol back in the day. The Al Capone days, Al Capone's in it. It's got, I cannot remember that guy's name. Black guy died.
Oof. Tough.
Scar on his face.
Oh, Michael. He was in Lovecraft Country.
Yes.
I should know this. He's a queer icon.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yeah. He's in it. Excellent show. Really enjoying it. Steve Buscemi's in it. A whole bunch of people. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. No, I heard it's a phenomenal show. I remember when it was on and people were talking about it. I've never seen it.
This is how much I'm enjoying it. Season 3. You know I'm be watching season 3.
You are getting through it.
I'm in it.
Yeah, no, fantastic. It's funny, we were talking about Colin, we were finding out this character was gay earlier. Monique's comedy special aired yesterday. I think I watched a little bit of it before we started recording. And in her special, she came out as bi.
Who?
Monique.
Monique who?
Monique.
Is she married?
The queen. Yes.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
Okay. What are the rules?
Yeah.
Are there rules?
Well, famously, she's had an open marriage with her husband that has been, they've talked about this for years in interviews, whatever. And she talks a lot about how she grew up seeing how gay people in her family were treated and how they were not loved. And so when she started to have desire, she's like, I remember being my grandma, she's like, I loved her so much. She said she used to always be like, this my that's my nigga. She was like, blah, blah. She said, and she died without me ever being able to tell her who I really am. She said, because I just didn't want her not to love me. And I just saw how she treated, her other. Yeah, she said the first person I ever told about these desires was my husband. She said I was on my 3rd marriage. She said, and I was like, am I going to do this to this man? Can I say this? She was like, and she said, a lot of y'all, judge me because I call him daddy. She said, but this man has helped raise me in ways that my father didn't. She was like, I remember I was crying. I confessed. I'm like, I got to tell you something. He was like, okay. And I'm having these desires. I really think I want to be with a woman. And And he goes, Monique, bitch, me too. Come on, do it. Let's get one. Let's fuck her together. And she was like, what? He was like, yeah, girl, me too. Come on. And so I was like, it was just a really funny way, but very beautiful. I was like, look at that. Because when I tell you, there's a lot of stuff happening in 23 I did not see coming. Monique. She's the B or the Q. Or
the B? I think it's the B.
I mean, yeah, that's what I would kind of, I try not to tell people what they are to get in trouble for that shit. But she definitely came out saying I'm into women a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'm proud of her. And very happy that she got to do this in such a celebratory moment because, all the shit she's been through. I never thought Netflix would be like, bitch, here's your money and your deal. And she got on that stage. I remember when it started and she was like,
interesting. And
she started crying. She was like, can y'all believe it? She said, didn't I tell you? Wow. She said, didn't I tell you? And I was like, amen.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was dope.
I'm happy for her.
Yeah,
because that journey has been very arduous, and she's had all the struggles. Poetry session. But she's had a long journey, even to get to where she was 20 years ago. Was already an uphill battle to be the female comedian of just America.
No facts.
She was the one. Of course we had other female comedians, but she was known as the comedian. And then she was blackballed during all during the Oscar mess and all that kind of stuff.
One of the iconic American moms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. And to for her to be on this kind of not a victory lap per se, but a reintroduction of her to the world.
Yes,
I think it's and at this stage in her career and life, because that's two different things.
Right.
I think that's a real special moment that we're kind of witnessing.
No,
so
for sure.
I'm proud of
it was beautiful to see, and I was on Twitter just watching people react to it, and so many beautiful people start sharing. Someone was like, I came out to my dad. I saw the Monique special. You know, I was really afraid. He embraced me. You know, I just came out to my mom. Shout out to Monique. This is something I've been struggling with. You really inspire me. You know, I'm coming out. And like, I was just reading. And I'm like, it's powerful. It was kind of like, you know, when Gerard Carmichael did
I was thinking
it.
about that, actually.
Yeah, and it just, to see these black people, because we know there's a lot of stigma around like homosexuality, LGBTQIA+, in our community.
Just kidding.
He's like, not me. Y'all, he German. For y'all remember that. I'm a German citizen. But yeah, so it just, it was dope.
I was watching the Carmichael show like this past week. My mom was watching it for the first time, and she's like, "Oh man, this is so funny!" And I was like, "Should I just tell her about the show, about him coming out as gay later?" Nah, we're just because this is just some art that he produced, unrelated to his own sexuality, and it's still like a great show, and he should have got extra seasons, but I thought I think that even spoke more to both his him concealing a part of himself, and at the same time wanting to tell like a particular story, and to get that art out. So
no facts.
Yeah, it's dope.
Very beautiful. I just love seeing like black people embracing all intersectionality and points, and it is what it is. And also talking about like the trauma that comes along with not being able to. Facts.
That's a whole nother thing, because it's one thing to get out of the trauma, but it's another thing to not revisit, but collect the trauma that you had and then portray it for other people for you to tell and express like, hey, this is what y'all put me through while I was here, and this is why it took me so long to get to where I am.
Facts. Facts. So shout out to you, Monique. That was dope. Yeah.
Have you seen anything else lately?
Trailers.
Okay.
Nigga, it must be trailer week.
Trailer season out here.
Bro, that's how I know summer's coming, spring's getting warm outside, blockbuster movies are coming.
Yep.
DC, James Gunn has left Marvel. He's now the Kevin Feige of DC.
Yep.
The Flash trailer dropped a couple months ago. And there was a lot of controversy around that. I had my doubts. That trailer looked good as fuck.
That trailer looked fire. Everybody say the same thing. Hey,
God,
I know what old boy did, but this trailer looks good. Is
that Michael Keaton?
Yes.
I'm Batman. Nigga, I'm in the theaters.
I know you are.
I'm sold. I am in there. And so the Blue Beetle trailer has dropped recently. For those of you who are not super familiar with DC or comic book lore, Blue Beetle is Teen Titans. That's a sub-teenage group of the Justice League. So basically people that they either recruit or are young people with powers that fight crime on a smaller local scale. And Blue Beetle is a Latin superhero. The trailer dropped. The entire cast is Latin. The director is Latin. The people behind it looked, Jamie, nigga. Y'all thought the Flash was that Blue Beetle trailer? I said, nigga, I can't wait to see it.
DC coming out here, huh?
No, I said James Gunn. I see the vision. The trailers just look better. The guy playing Blue Beetle is in Cobra Kai. I guess he's like the main guy.
The white guy?
He's Latin. He's a Latin guy. Cobra Kai. He's like,
he's one
kid?
Of the, he was a kid, so he's probably older now, huh? Like 18, 19, something like that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This kid's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I've heard really good things about him. George Lopez is in it.
Whoa.
He is.
Okay, all right.
And some other really dope actors. And so, DC, I see you. Because that's two trailers I'm like, no, I want to see it.
DC, I see you. Yeah, DC, I see you.
Okay.
It's like 5 letters.
Facts.
I saw that there was a Dungeons and Dragons movie.
For sure.
Did you go to see that?
And did.
Okay.
So the original.
Was that a date?
I did go on a date.
Oh, okay.
Got him. Guilty. I did actually. The original I was really fond of. It came out in 2000. Marlon Wayans was in it. Jeremy Irons, really a lot of stars of the time. Very, very, and I never played the game growing up, but very, very cool movie. I like fantasy sci-fi stuff. The new one has, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Regé-Jean Page, Bridgerton, y'all know that nigga. Justice Smith, just a lot of really great actors. And it was pretty good. It's your typical fantasy adventure with a team that comes together to defeat a great evil. That trope. But it was done really well. It's a lot funnier than I thought it would be.
Really?
I laughed a lot more. And Regé-Jean, hey.
He got some free time. He ain't in British no more.
Let me tell you, me too. I can be free anytime. Okay, but no, it was really, really good. So I enjoyed it. You should definitely check it out if you like fantasy. If you play the game, I really think you would like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
There are more trailers.
Oh, you got more trailers?
So many more.
Oh, okay. What you got?
The Barbie trailer dropped.
Oh, I did see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people in that.
I didn't realize Issa Rae was in that.
What?
Yeah, I know Ryan Gosling.
I get confused too. The Ryans.
I had to slow down.
Okay.
Because they're both great.
Elite.
Right? Ryan Reynolds did something recently. He like bought something. Anyway, unimportant. But Ryan Gosling, I think he always knew at some point in his career he's gonna play Ken.
He's like, this is my moment.
He's like, all right, I'm ready.
Sign me up. Margot Robbie is playing Barbie, of course, and I'm like, of course. She looks. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Simi Lee is in it too from Shang-Chi. A lot of like stars. It's gonna be.
I thought it was funny when I don't know if it was Issa Rae or one of the characters. They had like stepped out of the heel and their foot was still. I'm like, okay, all right.
If there's also a scene where the nigga was like, she was like, "Do you have your skates?" He's like, "Of course I have my skates with me all the time." Because my sister loved Barbie dolls, and that nigga had skates in every iteration of him. Beach Ken, Summer Ken, Mall Ken. I'm like, why does this nigga skate everywhere?
Why are you skating on the sand, Ken?
He don't have a licensed Barbie drone. That nigga didn't have nothing. Okay,
that's true.
But yeah, one of our faves, Spider-Verse 2, the trailer dropped.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah. I won't say too much because I want you to like see it. If y'all saw the first Spider-Verse, amazing. The trailer, chills.
I'm looking forward to it. It's the same.
The whole cast is back.
Oh, okay. Issa Rae's in that too, right?
She is. She's playing Spider-Woman.
She's getting ready to bust our head this summer, bro.
Where's my check? She's like, Insecure's done. Where's my money?
Yep. Making that movie money. And movie money different.
For sure.
It take a little longer for the check to clear. Studios and a lot of people. It's not episode by episode no more.
Make sure I got my money on the back end and the front end.
They ain't got residuals in films.
Put it in my contract. Okay. And then Sam Jackson, Marvel's Secret Invasion. That trailer dropped.
Right. For S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Yeah. So that'll be, I guess I don't know if it's gonna be his farewell. You know, they're kind of giving all the old school Avengers their own little like goodbyes or winding some of the characters down. The trailer looked cool. The tone seemed very dark. It was given very much like CIA operative, like end of the world type shit. So it should be interesting to see. I love Sam Jack. It's good to see him back. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to transition to our one of our new segments in the show.
Okay.
Win? This ain't it. Is it win of the week?
A win of the week.
Like is it win? Like when did you do this or like
a win? Like I won. Like
the
Bayou Barbie, the LSU team winners.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. You got something?
I do actually.
Fantastic.
I have a win of the week, guys. So for those of you who are new to the podcast, I'm a veteran, and so
thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I did.
And I have been trying to get VA benefits for quite some time, actually. And so recently they passed the PACT Act, which has made it a lot easier for a lot of veterans to get service-connected disability, housing, all kinds of things. If you are a veteran and you're listening and you've been having problems in the past and you gave up, please go back. It took me this time that I applied around. I applied in January and I got my benefits the end of March.
Which was pretty quick.
No, it really was. It wasn't that bad. And they even sent me a letter like, we're still working on blah, blah, blah. The appointments were quick for me to get, and they approved me for a percentage of money. So I'll be getting that every month.
Okay.
Period. And so just beyond grateful,
income.
I let out a praise.
Passive, yeah. That's work that you did a long time ago, coming back for you.
And I'm grateful. I am, because y'all know, nigga, shit is weird out here sometimes. And so very grateful for that. That was my win of the week, and I needed a win, y'all.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
That's what's up.
What you got?
Let's see. So some work. So speaking of, some work I did previously was released. Like a couple commercials.
Period. My nigga did a commercial. I'm gagged, dog.
You saw that Hennessy commercial?
What? Jamie is too humble, y'all. I was like, Jamie, did you see my boy in the HVAC? What y'all don't know is he got real HVAC experience. Jamie.
Oh, they know that.
Okay.
They know.
For those of you that didn't know,
fixing my heat in the winter.
Okay, nothing you do in life. Okay, it's preparation. Don't take it for granted. Yo.
Yeah, it was dope. So it had the HVAC commercial and then the Hennessy commercial. And for this month, we're in pre-production for a short. I think I already talked about that. Yeah, so we're in pre-production for that, and also writing another short film for this film competition I'm in. So just doing the work. And
I saw some skits you did.
Oh yeah, been skits. Bro, that skit had like 20,000 views.
First of all, my boy's viral. If y'all haven't seen the skit, check him out.
20,000 in a day.
It was hilarious. Yeah, really proud of you, man.
Thanks, man.
You winning.
Thanks, man.
And we'll continue to. Amen.
Just keep making plays, man. That's all I'm doing.
That part. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, I agree.
We had another week.
It's a good segment.
Period.
Mm-hmm. And with that being said,
yes.
Now it's time for white shit.
Let me tell y'all something.
We can't forget that our wins without this white shit going on.
And I know y'all heard some white shit earlier. That y'all was like, but we already know y'all.
No, there's some other ones.
No, some other shit. Mm-hmm. So there was a man arrested, which I should be laughing, but this was ridiculous.
White man.
He was a white man arrested on North Carolina A&T's campus, and he had a collection of weapons on him, like arsenal, and not just like the kind of not just like guns, swords, kunais,
shit,
bow and arrows, daggers, tasers,
in the same car.
I don't know how they found this man.
Jesus.
But he was in possession of all these, a crossbow. I don't know what his plans were. I don't know what he thought he was doing. But the most interesting thing that I thought that they found on him was holy water. They found some holy water on him.
I didn't know it was holy water.
I'm assuming it was labeled. That's how you know.
Don't label holy water.
I mean, Aquafina, Dasani, holy.
No, hold on. Holy water don't come from like a manufacturing place. It's just water. Well, I think is it with oil?
You asking me?
Oh, God.
I stay away from this.
It burns. Yeah, but I feel like holy water is just like it's just in a bottle, and it's like I'm just wondering like this ain't no regular water. This is holy water.
Let me tell you, it was a religious detective that was there. He walked in, he said, hold on, something my spirit. My spirit is telling me, my spirit of discernment. He said, aha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm just like, what was he going to do with it? Were you like going to baptize yourself after you committed these atrocities?
That's a good point.
Like,
that's a good point.
What are you doing?
It's actually not a bad idea.
He's probably a religious fanatic. Mm-hmm. It's giving.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad they called him out. Let me tell you, whatever security they got at North Carolina A&T, baby,
hey,
give them a raise.
Top flight.
They need more money.
Look out for them.
Protect our students.
Get them in a 401k.
Period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, fucking Florida. Ugh. Florida recently has introduced a new gun law. It goes into effect July 1st. So hear me good. It goes into effect July 1st. Florida has passed a new gun law where now all residents can carry concealed weapons without a permit or training. Nothing is required. If you want a gun and you're a resident, July 1st is when it starts.
Cool.
If you want a gun and you are a fucking Florida resident, you can now conceal that shit without a permit or training. It does not matter. Y'all, I have Beyonce tickets to Tampa.
Damn. What month is that? August. Damn.
August.
I'm going to Miami in June, so I'm good.
In August. Look, Miami, still be careful. But yeah, like, and I'm still gonna go because the Queen, I just feel like the Queen gonna keep us safe. You know what I'm saying? Look, I mean, that one fight did break out in that one Atlanta concert. That was that they tried to jump on Jay-Z. Once again, that ain't got to do with me.
Yeah.
And so, but that's, y'all, I love Disney World.
White people doing a lot of shit.
What the fuck going on?
You can't
get a gun.
But they don't let guns in Disney World like that.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I've never heard of a shooting in Disney World. I also think it's a magical place.
Yeah,
so it's just, Disney's like, I don't know what kind of security they got. Maybe the Avengers really do exist. But yeah, no, I've never, shoot at it, like never. But now I think a lot of people will have to change their idea how they think about security, how they frisk people. Like, so if you want them niggas, but hey, y'all about to get ready. It's up for niggas that want to be in security. It's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now is time for our last segment of the day. Thank you so much for coming up this so far. But this is our Let It Burn segment. This is a segment where we release anything that's been limiting us, blocking our blessings, and
limiting our lives.
Limiting our lives.
Period.
Couldn't think of a thing.
I got you.
Thank you. You know what you're letting burn this week?
I do.
Fantastic.
What I'm letting burn this week is niggas that be like, oh, I'm the best ass eater, but they ain't got no tongue. Like, I'm so over it.
I'm sorry. Could you
elaborate?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I was talking to this nigga, and he was like, yeah, man, I love to eat ass. I was like, I said, oh, I like a man that likes to grocery shop. You feel me? And I went over there, I brought my groceries, and I was ready. And he began, and I felt just like a whisper of a feeling. And I was like, what's happening? Like, why is he's taking him a minute to get started for someone who knows what that. And I turned around, and I could just really see the top of his head. And I was like, he was kind of moving it a little ferociously. And I'm like,
ferociously.
So I was like, well, let's try something different. So, we switched positions, just didn't feel nothing. And then I just stopped him. I said, go ah. And he was like, And I said, nigga, where's your tongue? That little tongue, nigga, what's going on?
Small tongue?
It just was.
Damn.
I said, what? It's giving deformity. Like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know who told you, that gave you the confidence to be, I'm the best. Lies. They loved you. No. I'm sick of it. Stop, y'all. It's once again irresponsible. Stop claiming to be something when you ain't got the proper credentials, equipment.
Yep.
I'm sick of it.
Just be who you are in this world.
Okay, some niggas say, no.
Say less.
Say a lot less. So yeah, I was like, wow, I just never noticed it. Because our tongues be in our mouths whole time. They don't all extend, guys.
Yeah.
They don't all.
Some people's tongue be like connected to the bottom of it, like.
Oh, I've seen that shit. Maybe
Freaking
he had
out.
one of those.
Maybe. You didn't get that far, eh?
Yeah, I think it could have been an alien. Oh God, I'm doing better, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm letting that.
Have you started?
Doing better?
Yeah.
Today's a new day.
Okay, all right. One day or day one, whichever one.
What you letting burn?
What's today? Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday. Hump day.
I'm letting burn not counting the wins. Yeah. Just realize that. So I think just not necessarily like comparing myself, but just think like knowing the destination or the place where I want to be and feel like I'm should be in a certain place, and looking around, we're like, damn, where my wins at? But I'm not counting the wins that I am having. So that's why I'm glad we have this segment in our show, and also I'm letting that burn where not counting the wins I already do have, and being grateful for the work I'm able to do, and the win of just waking up every day.
Amen.
Which is a win in itself.
Let me tell you, everybody ain't able.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
So with that, I am letting not counting the wins burn.
Burn. Last but not least, we got another burn for the podcast. This podcast is lit. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into another episode of The Audacity Podcast. You can find us at The Audacity, JME and Warren, on IG, The Audacity Podcast on Twitter, The Audacity Podcast on YouTube, The Audacity Podcast on Facebook. You can email us at theaudacityjmeandwarren@gmail. You can find me at my personal handle, Uncle Twirl. That's Twirl with an E. Jamie, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Say Less JME.
Period. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. And until the future.
Bye.
We did it right that time.
Ooh, and I connected. You saw that shit?
I saw that was hella down.
Take that, drink.